True friendship, taken from 1 Samuel chapter 18 verses 1 to 9. We as humans are fickle. Sometimes we are loving people, other times we hate them with all our passion. It is not common for people to love people passionately, as we will see with Jonathan. It is so common for people to build relationships on the ruins of another broken one. This was not the case with Jonathan. He was a true friend. He was not only present when things were convenient for David. He was also there when things got hard for him. Jonathan accepted who David was and helped him to become it. He took him as the best possession in life. Jonathan stood in between his friend David and his danger of a ruthless father and warned him of the impending trouble to come. As you could look in the eyes of Jonathan, you could see royalty, faithfulness, and integrity. He sacrificed his throne to David and permitted that David would be a better king than him. On several occasions, he saved David from his father's sharp spear and yet never demanded for a payback. As the days of hiding increased in the jungle, Jonathan's friendship grew separately without growing apart. Distance meant so little to them because their friendship meant so much to them. In the dark nights of David's life, he could look up to the stars and do not see Jonah, but he knew he was always there. Jonathan was one royal friend worth 10,000 relatives. He was a sweet friend who refreshed the soul of David as he ran for his life. Are you a true friend? A story is told of two soldiers. They were Tim and Paul. They became best friends while they were studying in a police academy, and their friendship grew so deep. Tim believed that Paul was his best friend, that he belonged in his heart. Even when they went through ups and downs, nothing could tear them apart. One day on a battle line, Paul got stuck in a ditch as their commander commanded his soldiers to retreat from the enemy lines. All the soldiers returned safely back in the camp. Tim couldn't see Paul. Everyone concluded that he was dead, but Paul refused. He went against the commander's orders to rescue a friend. He found him bleeding excessively and sure he was about to die. He whispered to him with a trembling voice, "I knew you would come." Then Paul died in the hands of his best friend. He was a true friend. Lots of people come in and out of our lives, but Jonathan left footprints in the life of David. Years later, after Jonah's death, David seeks anybody left in the house of Jonathan that he might show him kindness for the sake of his best friend. In 2 Samuel chapter 9, even in their death, these great friends were not divided. God is challenging us to be true friends. Pick that phone call and make that call today to your old friend. Put the gadget aside and visit a friend. Have coffee, hang out with them. Talk about north, east, south, and west. Laugh a lot. In these, you will make lasting memories. Jesse Maxwell invited 4 couples, friends, to come for an evening ride. Each man had to ride his wife on a bike and compete amongst couples of who was going to get to a hotel of residence faster. Off through the streets, the men rode their wives flag in the air till they got there. It was the greatest bond these friends have ever registered. Memories linger till now. How often do you hang out with your true friends? Old friends are like gold. New friends are like diamond. When you get diamonds, make sure you don't lose the gold. There is a correlation between Jonathan and Christ. As Jonah selected David, God in Christ selected me. He chose me, he chased after me, and he loved me. As Jonah sacrificed for David, God sacrificed for me. He stepped down from the throne room of glory of heaven, turning back on all the royalty of heaven. He walked down on earth, took off the royal robes that were his by birthright, and put himself in the clothing of humanity so that he can identify with me, who was in my ranks. He came so low to accept me as a friend. He went to that gruesome cross so that someday I might qualify to live with him in glory with his Father in heaven. Sometimes we frail and our vessels fail to shine, but God is a constant. He loves us. He's a true friend.